It's Monday. It's 12:30, and here we are again, LinkedIn Live. I'm going to be talking to an amazing person today, all about confidence. So Jasmine Navarro is joining me live in the studio, and we're going to talk about confidence and well-being and all those amazing things. So without any further ado, let's grab hold of her and bring her in the studio. Hello, Jasmine. How are you?
Hi, Ashley. How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
No, thanks for joining me. I love these conversations on a Monday lunchtime, and you never know who's going to come in next. So, Jasmine, tell everybody. So, there's some people out there who don't know who you are. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, please.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't know who I am. Who am I? Yeah, I'm a confidence and well-being expert, and I work primarily with teenagers and I support parents, helping them with confidence challenges, well-being challenges, and all of those things.
No, fantastic. Confidence is a big thing. It's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so how long have you been working with teenagers?
Well, I was a teacher for 20 years, so
Okay, so a long time.
a long time. Yeah.
Have you noticed a difference between the teenagers when you first started your teaching career to the teenagers you're seeing today? Because I'm 20 years a teacher, that's an awful long time, and things have changed quite considerably, haven't they?
It's a really good question, and I do get asked that quite a lot, and it's quite hard to answer because, during those 20 years teaching experience, I was living in a lot of different countries. But actually, it all comes, of course, things are different now. There's much more social media and things like that. And teenagers are more likely to be lonely and, isolated and just, online all of the time. So that's a massive factor. But also as well, at the same time, we all have the same emotions. Teenagers have the same emotions. And that's what I really noticed in all of those countries, different cultures, different routines, different, so many things. But the emotions were all of the same. And, children, teenagers, teachers, we all wanted the same thing: to feel connected, to belong, to be happy, all of those things. So have we changed? Have teenagers changed a lot? Yes, but at the same time, the fundamentals are still the same. Our emotions, we still feel the same emotions. We didn't like we did then as we do now. So, and that's why I work a lot with emotional well-being as well, because I think once you know about that, then you can really start to heal and be confident.
Yeah, sure. So confidence, right? We all say, "Oh, I don't have much confidence," but we all must have some sort of confidence because we're doing a role, we're being a parent, we're being a brother or sister,
Right.
what have you. So how do you help people that don't think they've got confidence, and can it be taught?
Yeah, great questions. Absolutely, it can be taught. I think, like you said, it all starts with, if we think we're not confident, then probably we're going to take that action, or we're not going to take that action, because we're too scared to, or we don't believe we can, things like that. So I work a lot with, help. First of all, it's all about self-awareness, right? Because a lot of the times especially me and people I work with, we just don't know or didn't know that, our thoughts dictate our feelings dictate our actions. And so many times I've worked with children, teenagers, adults, and, they've been saying really mean things to themselves. I can't do this. I'm stupid. I'll never be able to do that. All of those things. And of course, when they're saying those things to themselves, they're never going to do anything. And if you don't take that action, you're not going to build your self-confidence anyway. So the first step is always, what are you actually saying to yourself? What words do you say to yourself in the mirror? That could be like a really small activity to do. And, and I've worked with so many people. And once they start realizing, actually, I'm not being very nice to myself, why don't I change what I'm saying to myself and, start saying I can do this, or I'm okay. It doesn't have to be, I'm Wonder Woman or anything like that. It can just be, I'm okay as I am, and it might feel really uncomfortable at the beginning. Well, it probably will, because, you're not used to saying that, but you just have to keep going with everything in life. And we've spoken about this a lot, haven't we, Ashley, about the power of consistency. So it's the same with that, it's not just one day you wake up, I can do this, and then you do it, and then you're flying. You know, it's a whole long process. It doesn't have to be that long though. But yeah, so I think you can teach it, because you start with teaching self-awareness. You start with the words you say to yourself, you know, acknowledging your emotions. So, and once you have that, it's always a process. There's always things to learn. There's always going to be struggles, but you're on the way then to moving forward, rather than just being stuck and in that loop, you know, that loop, just saying horrible things to yourself. Nothing's changing. You haven't got a lot of self-confidence, self-esteem. You just change the cycle, so you go up in a positive spiral. So yeah,
It's not like,
definitely.
I'm not very good at playing guitar, or I can't do bar chords, or I can't run very fast, and all these things. And we just,
Yeah.
like you say, it's just and what I say to people, I'm talking to them, and they say, oh, I really can't do LinkedIn yet.
Yes.
Yet.
Oh yeah, yes. That's a powerful one. Yeah. Just one word can change
absolutely.
everything.
Yeah.
One word.
And the other thing I heard the other day, okay, is the power of an apostrophe. Okay, because if you see if you see the word impossible,
Oh yeah.
and
I
you
love
know
that
where
one.
this is going, you put the
Yeah.
apostrophe after the I,
Yeah.
and then impossible becomes I'm possible. And it's
Oh
just a
yeah. Brilliant.
different viewpoint, isn't it?
And it's always these simple things. It's those simple, tiny things that really make the difference. Because again, if you're, you know, if you think you have to do too many things, you just become completely overwhelmed, and you might carry on doing that for a week or 2 weeks or a month even, but it's not sustainable. It's these tiny, tiny shifts that are consistent, which make all the difference. And you don't always see your progress, do you, until suddenly you do.
Yeah. Well, some I can remember, and I do it myself now with little ones, and you know, and I used to go to my go to my grandparents. Oh my goodness, you've shot up, and they're like, oh really? You know, my parents see me shooting up every single day, but because I haven't seen my grandparents for a month, I might have a growth
Yes.
spurt, and like, and it's sort of like, it's only, you know, you sort of like, you go around as a little kid thinking you're tiny, but your granddad says you're really tall, and you're feeling really proud because you're really tall. All right, and that's
Exactly.
exactly the same as I did an open mic the other day playing guitar, and the people there, when I first started running the open mic, I ran the open mic with somebody else, so that when we started it off, he could lead it, because I wasn't good enough at the guitar to lead
Wow.
it. All right,
Yeah.
and then on
That was your
Saturday,
step. That was your step.
yeah, exactly. But you know, those people I haven't seen for a year going, oh my God, you're really good on guitar now. But I haven't noticed a change, because I see a
Amazing.
change daily.
Amazing.
And I think we need to reflect that on ourselves,
Yes,
to how
yes.
far we've gone. You know, you know,
Absolutely.
you're working with a teenager that's probably got a little bit of anxiety about, I don't know, doing something. And
Yeah.
each day they don't seem to be any better, but you see them monthly or however you work with them, and like, look how far you've come. And it's that. So how do
Yeah.
we have those conversations with ourselves, Jasmine?
What conversations?
The everyone else is seeing a change in us, but we're not.
Oh, okay. Well, I think again, like everything, it comes back to self-awareness, and of course you can have self-awareness by, you know, working with a coach, a therapist, but also, you know, I think a simple activity like journaling, you know, journaling, and so you can really get to know what you're thinking each day. And I think, like, I don't know if we've spoken about this before, but you know, just the power of not doing anything, just stopping, taking a deep breath, and you know, looking how far you've come, like looking back, because otherwise you're always on to the next thing, aren't you? I was like that. I've been like that for years. I'm breaking that pattern now, but you know, I achieve something, I don't really acknowledge it, and then okay, what's next? What's next? What's next? But now I'm really like, well, especially because I told you I started dancing not so long ago, and I'm so glad that somebody said in the class, because I was just traumatized in the class, and somebody said, just take a video of yourself today. I thought, oh no, I really didn't want to do it. But what a great idea. Because now when I'm feeling like I'm not progressing, because like you said, it's so hard to see each day, I look at the first video and I'm like, yes, I've definitely
Who's that lady with two left feet?
Oh yeah, exactly. So somehow you have to record your process,
Yeah,
photos, videos,
journal.
writing,
Yeah,
because it's so easy to forget. Like you said, how can we keep track if we don't actually consciously make an effort to keep track? I mean, we're so busy.
We're worldwide today. Looks like we've got Nabil from Pakistan saying, I believe knowledge gives clarity, and clarity gives confidence, and confidence brings results. That's very succinct. Thank you, Nabil. And if that is you. So yeah, Craig's come on to say hello from Bonnie, Scotland. It's wet up there. It's wet up there. Where are you?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. I'm in Dubai. Hot Dubai.
Right. So what do we call hot? Because we're having a heat wave and it's 26 degrees here.
That's still hot. I don't know exactly how hot it is today. It might be 40 degrees. Wow. You know, I don't even look at the temperature anymore.
Because the thing is, and when we're in a different country, the different country is acclimatized to whatever the climate is.
Yes.
I don't know if you've ever been to Iceland, okay?
No,
but that is like living in a walk-in freezer. But every single building you go into, the heating is incredible. It's always warm everywhere because they've tapped into the volcanoes or some underground magic, and so heating is free in Iceland. You know,
oh, wow.
and so that's incredible. And so they've worked out that if we're going to live in a cold country, this is what we do. In Scotland, I believe they eat deep fried Mars bars to keep warm. So it's those sorts of things. And you said earlier that you've lived in a few other countries. So any highlights? Yeah.
Like from my experience. I mean, every country had something, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But like everywhere, you know, it's the people. The people make it. Yeah, it's always the people. But highlights, there's too many. I lived in 11 countries.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know how to.
No, it's like turning around to somebody and saying, "Who's your favorite daughter?" And my two are always on at me. I'm your favorite, aren't I, Dad?
Really?
Okay, so here's the thing, right? We're talking about confidence. We're talking about well-being and all that sort of thing. But if I'm planning to do something and I keep saying, "Oh, it's never going to happen," or it might not happen, because there's two schools of thoughts, right? One is let's just say this time next year I want to be living in my own house. So I'm renting or I'm living with parents.
Okay.
This time next year I want my own house. I want to have a mortgage. I'm going to have my own house. Okay. Now, the person that goes around thinking like that have got more chances of getting a house than the person goes, "Oh, I may or may not get a house this time next year because, mortgage rates are high, haven't got enough deposit. There's not many houses that I like." All right.
Absolutely.
So you've got two different types of people. You've got the positive one and the negative one. All right. The negative one is not going to be disappointed in 12 months' time if they don't get their house. Okay. Whereas the positive one, if something happens that they don't get their house, they're going to be really disappointed. All right, because the positive one is thinking, in that room I can paint it pink and I can do this with the wall, and I'm going to do this with the kitchen, and we're going to have a big TV on the wall.
But they're probably already disappointed.
How do you mean?
Because if you're, I don't know, but if you're already in that mindset where you're not letting yourself believe that you can do what you really want to do, you're not even then it's not going to happen.
So one's got a positive, so one's got a positive mindset, one's got a negative mindset. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, one's got the positive, and you said the positive. Oh wait, maybe I got confused. Did you say the positive one?
So here we go. We've got two people. All right.
Yeah.
All right. One of them is they both want a house, obviously.
Yes.
All right. But one of them is thinking, this is going to happen. This time next year, I'm going to be moving in. This time next year, it's the summer. I'll be sat on my barbecue. I'll be sat and having all my friends over for a barbecue. And the other one's going, I might be doing that, but you never know. All right. And so the argument that the negative one has is, I'm never disappointed because
exactly.
I haven't got stretching goals. So if I don't reach them,
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. But probably he's already disappointed. That person's already disappointed in some way because he's in a bit of a trap that he's sort of stuck and he's not even going to try. So I think that person's already disappointed.
Okay, and the mindset of the positive one saying that they're
Yeah.
going to have a house, and they're thinking of the barbecues, and they're thinking of the, the big telly on the wall and all that sort of thing. Are they going to be disappointed, or because they're doing positive affirmations, have they got more chance of hitting that goal?
Well, I think it's not just about the positive affirmations, because I think you have to do the inner work.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I
you know that
appreciate
anyway.
that.
Yeah, exactly. But I think probably the positive person with the positive mindset, depending how self-aware they are, because obviously we don't want toxic positivity either, but it's their level of self-awareness. If they get to that point in 12 months and they haven't achieved what they wanted to achieve, you would think probably that they've got a mindset where they'll be thinking about what they've learnt during that time. Have they actually moved? Are they in a different place to what they were a year ago? Even if they've moved a little bit, they've moved. Whereas the other person might not have moved at all. It might just be probably saying the same thing again. And that's a trap. That's a trap. Like where you just saying the same thing, and then 5 years, 10 years go past and you're not even aware, but you're saying the same thing. I mean, that is scary, if you ask me.
Yeah, absolutely. And that then feeds into your confidence?
Probably, yeah. But again, it depends all about the self-awareness as well, and what conversation you're having with yourself, because ignorance could be bliss as well. You might not even realize.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh, I'm going to give a shout out to a few people.
Yeah.
Saha has lived in 4 countries and already feels like a global citizen. And this is the thing, isn't it, Saha? It's just so easy to do nowadays. So yeah, I love this. Where are we? Craig and Saha are having a little chat. We'll leave them there. But positive mindset equals negative mindset, negative equals fixed mindset. Right. Okay. Thank you for that one. Yeah.
I guess, that's the difference. A growth or fixed mindset, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've also got someone here from Malawi. So we are definitely global today. I love this. Hi, Chisomo. Right.
Amazing. Yeah.
So what could we be doing if we're struggling with self-confidence today, Jasmine? What exercises could you've told us to go and do some journaling. What does that look like?
Well, yeah, I think it looks different to everybody. Like for example, for me, every morning, because I really, it's all about the micro habits. Yeah. Every morning I just write down like how I'm feeling today. It's like 2 sentences. It's simple as. Whereas, and if I'm working with teenagers, adults, I won't say you need to do journaling. I'll just say, how would you like to express yourself? And some people say writing. Okay. Do you want prompts? Do you want me to help you with the prompts? Or do you just want to write whatever you like to write? Everyone's different. For me, I just write how I'm feeling. Other people, they might like to write what they did that day or what they're grateful for. There's so many different ways to do it. But I think the important thing is not to judge yourself, which might be difficult.
Yeah.
And just let yourself just write whatever comes out. And then you'll find out, because you need to learn about yourself. I mean, I can't tell you, what to do, what not to do, because it's about you finding out who you are, really. And for me, writing has helped, but it might not help everybody. Drawing, for example, I've had clients that, like to draw a picture every morning, like of how they're feeling. It really does depend. But I think it's about exploring. Coaching is all about exploring. And nothing's right, nothing's wrong, nothing's positive, nothing's negative. No judgment. However you want to express yourself. And if you don't know, maybe start with writing, and then see how you feel. You might think, oh, actually, yeah, and you might learn something, or you might think that's not for me. But whatever, I think it's really important to just do something, because that's the thing, isn't it? When we just get stuck, and then we just go around and we're stuck in our head, and that's a difficult place to be. And it still happens to me, but I do have these tools now. Even with the tools and techniques, sometimes, we're all human, aren't we? And and things can be a struggle. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, as long as we don't dwell too much. That's when it becomes.
Yeah, and when it all gets on top of you, it's easier to dwell on all the negative things, isn't it? And which is why the journaling is really great, because I do exactly what you said. I write what I did every, at the end of the day.
Oh, do you?
It's all part of my routine.
Yes, exactly. That's the key. That's the key.
I sit down. Consistency again. That word, it keeps coming up, doesn't it?
And for me,
And
Yeah,
so,
carry
so
on.
I get to the end of the day. I brush my teeth. I do my flossing and all of that, and then go and
Very
sit
good.
sit on the bed. Write down what I've done today. Just reminds me of stuff. I'll also put a little note in. Maybe I need to do this tomorrow, because then my subconscious works on it overnight.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah,
And then
definitely.
right at the very end, best thing that happened today and what I'm grateful for. And
Brilliant.
so every single day, and even if it's been a horrible day and nothing's gone right, you can always find something
Oh, I
to be
love that.
to be
I love
grateful
that.
for, and there's always
Yeah.
got to be something that's the little nugget. Some days it's not like, oh, which is the best out of all of the amazing things I've done today. So yeah,
Amazing.
and I think just getting it out of your head. And literally, I read a couple of pages of my novel, and then that's it. I'm done for the day. So it jolly
Yeah.
well
No, that's
works.
brilliant.
It jolly well works.
That's brilliant. I want to start doing that in the evening as well, but at now it's the morning. So
Yeah. Oh,
it's fixed
and
in the morning.
there's lots of different schools of thoughts. And I've been watching some videos and stuff like that, and listening to some podcasts. And if you come up in the morning, you start this, and you set your day out for the day, and like, right, okay, oh, I'm doing it wrong, but I'm not doing it wrong. I'm doing what's right for
No.
me. I'm doing
Yes,
what's right for
exactly.
me, and I think
Yes,
that's
yes.
the thing. And
That's the
when you're
key.
working on your self confidence, it's not what anybody else says; it's what you want to
I
do,
love that.
and it's how it
Absolutely.
makes you feel.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
So, what are the
And
biggest struggles that people have with their confidence then?
biggest struggles. Well, believing that they're stupid, they don't fit in, they can't do it, um, nothing will ever change. This is how it is, you
Mm,
know, because especially if I work with adults, they've had this belief system, as I did, for like 20, 30 years.
mm.
So imagine, and then suddenly you start working on yourself, and then you start realizing all of these things. I mean, it takes a while because you really do believe them, don't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like one thought at a time, just really dividing and conquering each one, and also I do a lot of emotional processing, which I absolutely love. That was one of the key things that I really took away from coaching, because we can be holding on to our emotions forever. Basically, they don't go unless you process them in the right way. There's different ways, but and when you're carrying lots of emotion, uncomfortable emotions, that can cloud your thinking as well, and you could be triggered with things, you can not take action, and it's all stuff that you're holding from the past, but it's totally affecting your present. Because I
Mm,
always thought, oh, if it happened in the past, it's the past. But no, it will affect your present if you're still holding on to it.
yeah.
But I didn't know that, and I think a lot of people don't know that, so they're just living in the present, being triggered by the past, but it's affecting their whole entire lives. It's just unbelievable when you think about it. So processing those emotions, for me, is like the first step.
Right. So, how do we do that?
Well, it's not just a one, it can take time. It definitely
Mhm.
takes time. But, it's like one really short exercise. I mean, I can do it on you if you want.
Yeah, go on. Go on.
Okay, it's processing, it's called. So if you have to close your eyes.
That's all right. That's all right.
Okay.
The studio's still going to run
Safe
with my eyes
space. This
closed.
is a
Okay.
safe space.
Okay. Because there's
Trust
only a
me,
million people
coach
listening to
you.
this. Okay. Here we go.
Yeah.
Eyes
So I'm
are
just
shut.
going to coach you. I have permission to coach you, yeah?
Yeah, you carry on.
Right, so just take a deep breath. So breathe in. And I want you to scan your body from head to toe and tell me, what is the dominant emotion that you can sense?
Happiness
Happiness. Okay. Where is that emotion in your body?
in my heart.
In your heart.
Hmm.
Can you tell me what color it is?
Yellow.
Yellow. Is that a dark yellow, a bright yellow?
A bright, vibrant yellow.
And is it what's the texture of this? Liquid, solid, something else?
Something else.
Tell me more about that something else.
Is it like a sponge?
Like a sponge. Okay. And is it moving? Is it still?
No, it's just there.
It's just there.
Hmm.
What's its message to you?
I'm enough. Yeah.
I'm enough.
Mm.
And what other emotion is there? Is there anything else there?
I'm just generally excitable.
Okay. And okay, we'll stop there. You can come back.
Okay.
But thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, we could have gone deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah, we're going to run out of time.
Yeah, but I just wanted to show you.
Yeah.
I was excitable. There was probably something else there, something else. So
Yeah.
we just keep going. Well, you got your message. I'm enough. I mean, that's amazing, isn't it? But I do
Well,
this.
that's taken a while to work on. That's taken a while. I've done lots of work on myself.
Yes,
But
of course.
to get to here,
of course.
which is why I was so keen to get you on and have a chat about this, because everybody should be doing it, and we're making excuses as we shouldn't do it, or we're not good enough, or whatever,
or we're too weak if we do it. But no, exactly. But so basically, it's just about connecting with your body. Really, that's the first step. We can become so disconnected, can't we, and detached.
Yeah.
But so that's the start. Just checking in with yourself. Who does that? How often do you say to yourself, how am I feeling today? And really stop. I mean, it takes 60 seconds.
Sure. Yeah. Or of an evening when I'm writing my journal. That's when I'm checking in with.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you can write absolutely anything you want in your journal. It just gets it out of your head. So
it's not easy though, is it? Because we can carry so much shame, judgment, and we don't even want to write it in front of ourselves. That's how I was. I was totally blocked.
Wow. Okay. Okay. So you've come an awful long way to be able to teach this stuff now.
Well, yeah, definitely. And I'm still learning all the time now, because again, like you said, we need the constant reminders, the constant habits. You have to keep going, keep doing, keep learning, keep growing, keep overcoming. But if I think about where I was, say, 6 years ago, it's completely different.
So how did you get into all of this? Because it's really cool what you do.
How did I get into it? So I came to Dubai 10 years ago, and that's when, I don't know why, my intuition told me I was going to stay for a while. And I look back and I had all these countries. It was 17 years, 10 countries. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. I'm exhausted. And I knew that I didn't want to teach after a while, but I didn't know how to get out of it, because this is what I was doing. It was my life. But I always knew there was something else for me. And then I came here, and then I was like, what am I going to do? And I kept meeting coactive coaches. I thought, maybe this is a sign. And I thought, I know, I will do the training, because then I can see what I want to do with my life. So I didn't do it to become a coach. I did it to explore myself, basically.
Wow.
Yeah. And then during the process, which, to be honest, Ashley, I did not enjoy one tiny bit, because, there's 22 of us in a room and we're working on ourselves in front of everybody. My worst and utter nightmare.
Nearly as bad as dancing.
I think it was harder. I don't know. Yeah, the same. Yeah, equally as hard. Oh, yeah, like facing your fear. Your fear head on in a group. Yeah. And then, but I knew I had to keep going. I was like, you just have to finish this, because the answer's at the end. But I hated it. And then at the end, I was just like, wow, this is so transformative. I felt like I'd grown so much in these few months. I was like, I need to get certified, and I need to work with others and teach them the same thing. So that's what I did. Yeah. And then it's just been, but then you finish that, and then there's more fears to face. It never sort of ends.
Yeah, absolutely. But all the time you're doing personal development and learning all this stuff. So when people work with you, they know that they can do it too, and you're giving the people the inspiration, which is absolutely fantastic. We could talk all day. We've run out of time already.
Believe it.
Yeah, I know. How can people get hold of you, Jasmine?
Just here, LinkedIn, Jasmine Navarro, or Instagram with Nava, or with Nava.com, my website. Yeah.
Perfect. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, there's loads of links in the show notes. And next week I have got Simone Vincenzi, very, very Italian guy, great fun, and he can help us get sales and conversions. So yeah, I'm gonna have a great chat with Simone next week. I can't wait to have a chat to him. But Jasmine, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you to everybody for all your lovely comments. And I think we've had lots of people from all over the world today. So that's absolutely amazing. Okay. All in my little shed in Sidmouth. Thank you, Jasmine. Cheerio.
Thank you so much, Ashley. It's been a pleasure.
Bye-bye now. Thank you so much for watching or listening to my show this week. I want to bring to you people that can help us running our business. I love having a chat. I'm very nosy, very curious, and I'd love to ask questions. So if you want to be a guest, or if you've got some ideas for guests, let me know. And if you want me to help you with your LinkedIn, get in touch, because I want to give you a voice. Now, that could just be using LinkedIn, but I do other things as well. So I can help you with a podcast, a live show, and all kinds of other amazing things. So get in touch. My name is Ashley Leeds. I'm the 15-minute guy, and you can find me on LinkedIn.